Hey YouTubers, DIamondback Predator here with another figure review, and what we're going to do today in honor of this past weekend, the Thor movie came out, and so I'm going to review one of these Thor the Dark World figures. This is Marvel's Kurse. This is a villain of Thor's. Real quick, we'll take a look at the packaging. The back side tells a real brief description about Kurse. I'm sure they're not going to try to give away too many spoilers about the movie, because I know I'm not even familiar with this particular character, and I try to know a lot about the Marvel Universe. So it also shows a couple other characters that are released down here. There's a Loki and a couple different Thor figures. There's also a Dark Elf. I believe the two Thors, yeah, Loki, the Dark Elf, and then Kurse here makes up the wave of this figure line. So without wasting too much more time, we'll go ahead and jump into this guy. Okay, he comes with one accessory, and it looks really similar to a pumpkin bomb, in my opinion. Just a round little gray piece of metal. Hopefully you all can see that. We'll try to put it in Kurse's hand here in a moment. Alright, here's our figure. The figure's a really interesting paint app. See on the back of him, we got like this horn sticking out of one side of his shoulder. Not to mention his armor is covered in these large, scaly, thorny things. Very, very cool. There's no ankle articulation, no foot movement of any kind. The knees, similar to the Avengers Assembles figures, the knees move a little bit, and there is a ball joint articulation in the legs. You can't really see it because of this little skirt or whatever he's got going on. His shoulders have a ball joint, but he's limited in his range of movement because of this armor up here. He is about as high up as he can move his arm. His elbows move. There's no wrist articulation. Okay, so we got his little ball, his little grenade into his fist. He's holding that. Hopefully you can see that he's holding that in his one palm. His other palm is entirely too broad to be able to hold it. Looks really similar to the Blade action figure hand, the first series Punisher figure hand that ever came out. It's like a giant claw-like hand. You're not going to be able to fit anything much in there, but it's pretty cool for like action, like for attacking Thor or whatever you want to use that for. We went through the paint app and everything else, so I'm going to go ahead and say that there's not a whole lot more to show about this figure. All in all, it's kind of weak on the articulation. Paint app is decent, not perfect. These spikes and thorny things, they're not all covered in bone paint app, like the bone paint app color. Some of them have a bunch of this gray, this stale gray that's all over the rest of the body. So, not a perfect figure, but I mean, at this point, since they ended the Marvel Universe 4-inch line, I know collectors like myself, we're just happy to get new characters. So, hope this helped somebody out there. Maybe this helped you decide to or not to get the Thor Dark World figures. This is the only one of the ones out of the line that I own at this point. I am going to be looking for the Dark Elves. If you're a collector out there and you have any tips for me or a place for me to go hunt, then let me know. But until then, I'll sign off and see you all in the next review.